thank you for joining me, guys. Nearly there. We've only got not many lessons to go. Just today, then 3 days next week. So the purpose of meeting up here was twofold. First of all, I just wanted to double check you could all access the topic list of the topics that will be tested about a week or 2 weeks back when we go back. So that's sort of an assessment test that all subjects will be doing in fourth. You'll be doing all your subjects in fourth form and into fifth form and lower sixth into upper sixth. So and just to remind you, this topic list is comparable with set 2. So it doesn't include inverse and direct proportion because they haven't got that far yet. And it also doesn't include some of the extra topics we did while we're in lockdown, like probability and two-way tables, excuse me, all of that type of stuff. So to find the list of topics, you need to go, let me just, hopefully you can still see this. Can somebody just confirm that you can see that it's recording and you can, I mean, you might know, no, maybe you can't. Are you still
I can see it's recording, but I can't see.
Okay, I'll tell you what, right. Okay, I thought, right, no, you can't see what I can see. Let me do this. Let me go, right, let me just have another go. Okay, and I've forgotten how to do it. I thought I could basically be recording as I move around in Teams. Anyway, I'm just going to tell you what you have to do. All right, it's not difficult. Just do it after this recording finishes. So in Teams, you've just got to click on Files. I know you can't see this, but just take my word for it. You click on Files. So where you've got the options at the top, you've got Posts, you've got Files, you've got Class Notebook, Assignments, and Grades. Or you might not have all of those, and maybe that's what I've got. You've definitely got a Files option. Okay, if you click on Files and then you click on Class Materials, you'll then see a fourth form topic list coming up. So perhaps you could all just go and do that. Could you just go and do that now and make sure you can do that? And then give me a shout if you can't. All right. So if you click on Files, and then if you then go and click, there's only one thing in the document under Class Materials. So Files, Class Materials, then you'll see that it says fourth form topic list for tests in September fifth form. So can
there's 6 PowerPoints in there. Oh wait, I'm not in the right.
No, yeah, there are. There's some other stuff, but if you click on Class Materials,
I am able.
Yeah. So, just out of interest, when you do that, is that math specific, or are you getting all your stuff from all your other subjects as well?
Just maths.
Just maths.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the files you share on the Teams.
I see, because I don't ever see it from the student point of view. So when you go into Teams, do you then have to go and click on maths?
We have to go into a team to find, yeah.
Okay, so when you go onto Teams, you've got our maths set as a team.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then you've got the options at the top. So obviously they're all mine. Right. So as you click on Files, that you then get Class Materials, hopefully as an option. I appreciate what Poppy was just saying. There's some other bits and bobs that have just found their way there almost accidentally, like a circle theory blank document and bits and bobs like that. But if you click on Class Materials, hopefully the only thing in there is that document. So can everybody just check they can see a document that says at the top, fourth form sets 1 and 2 topics to be tested in September of fifth form. Can anybody not see that? Okay, right. So it's simple enough. You can obviously see all the topics on the left, and on the right-hand side, that's the Hegarty task number. Now, the early ones there in red, we have not done those on Hegarty. Okay, that was stuff that we really did before lockdown in school. So you may choose as part of your revision, if you want to, there's no obligation to do so, that you want to work through those Hegartys if you feel that you just want to revise those topics. So those have not been done. Okay, those in red have not been done. All right, and just so you're clear, when I say 497-515, that's from 497 all the way up to 515. Now, I'm not saying for a minute you would go and choose to do all of those, because something like Pythagoras, there might be like 5 on it, and the first 3 or 4 are just too babyish for you. Okay, so be sensible. If you want to go and revise Pythagoras and trigonometry, just go and have a look at those between 497 and 515 and just choose the ones that look challenging to you. Okay, and the same with the advanced trig and so on. So those in red we have not done. And as I said, that was because we were school-based at the time, or we'd just gone into lockdown. And right at the beginning, I was sort of giving you worksheets for the first lesson or so before I thought, well, this is too much like hard work. Let's mostly use Hegarty. Now, as you then go further down the document, you will see that it turns green. And that's where, because those are the ones that we've already done in, we've done those during lockdown. Okay, so so you might want to do them again, but excuse me, but you probably won't. Right, so that was the first reason I wanted to meet up. The other thing I just wanted to touch base with was how you're finding doing that past paper on Dr. Frost's maths. I was just interested to get some feedback on whether you think that was something that was working well, or whether, because from my point of view, I can't see. So does anybody just want to tell me how you're finding that? Is it working okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and just so I'm clear, I've set it up as a homework, so and not as an assessment. It's not a test. So I think it's going to be one of these where you can have 2 bites at the cherry to start with. Once you finish the whole thing, I think it will then let you go back and have further bites at the cherry if you want. So
It depends on the question.
in what way, George?
Like on some of the questions where there's like one of 2 answers, it only lets you have 1 go on the
Okay.
when you're doing it first time.
Okay, but I don't think anybody's actually finished it yet, because which is absolutely fine. I wouldn't expect you to. You've only had 1 lesson on it, but I'm expecting once you've had a go at all the answers that it does then let you go back. So I'm not quite sure. There are bound to be some questions that you can't do. So I'm not quite sure what happens then. Do you then have to just go and make up some answers and get them wrong in order to be able to go back and try? I don't know how that's going to work.
No, it only lets
You don't have to do
you got wrong.
it
Hang
again.
on, one at a time. Poppy, you go, Poppy, first.
It only lets you redo the questions you got wrong. If you got
Well,
them right, it won't ask you the
Well,
question.
obviously, yeah. There's no point redoing the ones you got right, so I'm happy with that. So what do you mean? That's obvious, Poppy. I don't know. So yes, it's only going to let you redo the. You mean as you're going through the paper, or once you've finished? Poppy.
Once you're finished.
Okay. It lets you go back and do the ones again that you got wrong. Yeah, but that's what we'd want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So there was somebody else. I didn't quite pick up who it
Yeah,
was.
there's an option to just not do it. You don't have to retake the thing. The ones you got wrong.
Say that again, Eb. So the ones you
There's
got
an
wrong.
option where you can just carry on. You don't have to redo the questions.
Oh
you
no,
got
no,
wrong.
absolutely. No, I understand that. As you're going through the paper the first time, is that what you're talking about, Ebs? That you can skip questions.
No, at the end.
Once you've finished it, yeah.
Yeah,
Go on,
you
Ebs.
don't have to redo the ones you got wrong.
No, you don't have to. Of course you don't.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
No,
So-
if the topics we haven't done, we don't have to do them.
Okay. No, I understand that, Ebs. So, but I say, oh, all right, I'm with you. So once you finished and got to the end, how does it know that you've finished if you've left some questions undone? Is there like I've finished button?
Yeah, I think so.
Anybody else got any views on that? Because that would be good to know. Because I like the idea that you guys could get all the way through the ones you can do, and there's bound to be some you can't, and then it then appreciates that you've given it your best shot, and it then allows you to go back and just have another go at the ones you think you might be able to get right. So, Ebs, that you think there's some way that it knows that you've given it your best shot? Do you think? Okay. Right. Anybody else got any? I'm just interested in people's view. Is anybody finding it sort of frustrating that it's not doing what they wanted it to do? Is it easy enough to sort of put in all the greater than signs or less than or brackets or fractions? Is that all prompted nicely?
Yeah, so I think sometimes you have to what if you get a question wrong
Yeah.
first time, then if you go to put it in again, the pop-up keyboard doesn't come back. So I think you have to go back to a previous question and then click back on.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
That's what I was trying to say the other day. It sort of like wouldn't let me type anything in.
No, I didn't realise that, Poppy, you're saying it was there for your first go, but not there for your second go.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And the way around that, George, was you said you go back to a previous question to get the keyboard up.
You just click on a previous question and then click back on what you were doing, and it should come up then.
Okay. Well, that's good. So this is really why I wanted us just to have a quick 5 minutes just comparing notes, because I don't see all of this. So that's good to know. So it sounds like, Poppy, what George is saying there is if you just click on a previous question and go back, it then for some reason it then will pop up the keyboard for your second go. So can I just ask because on this bit about that it prompts you when you're getting it wrong. So if you go and put in, say, the answer 8 and you press enter and it's wrong, is that your first go gone, or does it go and say, are you sure you want to do that? When it says how does that work?
That's your first go gone.
Yeah.
That's your first go gone. So basically,
Yeah.
so the bit when it says, do you want a warning that you're getting it wrong? That's what I'm told. But basically, that just means you're given 2 goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like after you get the first one wrong, you get your little warning, and that is also one of your goes.
Yes, absolutely. No, that makes sense. So you genuinely get 2 goes as you go through the paper first of all.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, as we've had this conversation before, that the one where I don't think you guys would bother doing it, but I think it's a bit annoying that when you and remind me, when do you pick up what the correct answer is? Is that after you've had your second go and got it wrong, or is that when you?
So it will move on to the next question,
Yeah.
and then you can go back and click on like the question on the little bar at the top that you got wrong, and it'll tell you your answer.
Yeah. So in theory, you could go and write that answer down, and then when you finish the paper and it goes and says, do you want to go back and change your answers? You could just get the whole paper right.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and that's fine. I think George was making the point to me that, but that's your choice because you've gone and set it as a homework, and that's what the homework function does. And then I pick that up on my end, because if you get it right first time, it's green. If you get it right second time, it's like a light orange. And if you get it right on like your third or your fourth go, it seems to get increasingly darker orange. So sure, it would go and say that you've got 100%, but I can see that it was, it was a very well supported 100%. So that's fine. But is everybody happy that I've chosen to do it as a homework rather than as an assignment? I think at the moment it's more.
Well, I think if you did it as an assessment, then you'd only get 1 go on each question, and you'd have to do it in a certain amount of time.
Oh, and you have to do it in time, right?
I think so, because otherwise it wouldn't really be an assessment, would it? If you could.
No, I hear what you're saying. I mean, there may well be an option at my side that I can just make it almost unlimited, but it's too early days for us. I think we're only I know you all guys are very good, but we're only 4th form, so I don't expect you. I want you just to be building some confidence and seeing what you can and you can't do. Right, I don't want to keep you much longer because I want you to be carrying on with the paper. Does anybody feel they've already done as much as they can do?
Sir, did we start the paper yesterday?
No, we didn't have a lesson yesterday. We started the paper on Wednesday.
Okay.
I mean, it's no big deal if you haven't had a chance to do it yet. This is all. So don't worry about it, Ben. I'm not bothered about that. It's but I'm just trying to judge going forward. What I'm thinking is I'm going to give you the rest of this lesson to do it, and then maybe on Monday we just start. You just tell me which questions you thought you might be able to do but got wrong. I don't mean we start filling in the gaps with topics we haven't done yet, but does it sound about the right amount of time for me to give you the rest of this lesson to do what you can, and then Monday you just throw at me which questions you'd be quite interested to see how you do it?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I'm about halfway. So
yeah, okay. Well, I tell you what, guys, what would be good? I'll leave you to get on with it. This has taken longer than I thought, so sorry about that. Can you, at the end of this lesson, or some of you don't all have to do it. sort of, you know, just as this lesson is finishing, can you just give me a feel of, you say, yeah, I've about finished now, or no, I could ideally do with another half an hour, or blah blah blah. So I can just get some sort of feedback from a sample of you, and then that will help me judge what to do on Monday's lesson. So that would be good. Okay, well, thanks for joining me, guys. That's all useful feedback from my point of view. Anybody got any questions? Okay, guys, good luck. Bye.
Cheers.
Have a good weekend, everyone.